What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today people have been asking me this for a while. This is kind of a training mode type of drill. We're going back to talking about Dragon Rush, and this is actually my Android 21 bot version 1.01, as I like to call it. I definitely just made that up on the spot, don't make fun of me. So mostly people ask for like what the recordings are, but I really want to like flesh out what the exercise is, why you even do it in the first place, and why you do it the way you do it. So first, let's just do the recordings and we can talk about it. So the way you set this up, there's a couple of steps to setting this up. I like using Android 21 because she has a I forgot, I just started using the stick. So, like I said, Android 21, the reason why I use her is because she has a big cross-up that will never miss when you do it, and the cross-up is pretty important for the exercise. So, we're talking about Dragon Rush. To set this up, first we want Dragon Rush cancel to be on, because there's a couple recordings that have Dragon Rush there. I have them written down here where you can't see it. And after you do that, you should have your info display settings, something similar to mine. Some people think the command history being off matters. I don't really think it does, but whatever. It is important to have the dummy info hidden, because if the dummy info is not hidden, you'll be able to see how long your recordings are. Some people use that as a cue unintentionally. You don't want to do that. Then you go to trading, dumbing, recording, and I use all these slots. So let's just set up slots real quick. So 1 will be dash nothing, and then 2 will be dash delay 2M, and then dash again. Okay, you can do this a little cleaner. I actually have not used this bot for a little while, personally. Next will be dash ID cross up, and then you dash again. Then you have what's 4? 4 will be dash Dragon Rush. Oh, whoops. Is it on 4? Yes. Okay. Okay, here you go. And then you run up again so that the bot can keep going. That's really important. Now 5 we'll make this dash jab, dash, and then 6 we'll make dash overhead, dash again, and then 7 we will make a slightly tricky one. We'll do dash, dash, Dragon Rush, and now we will run back in. And the last one is one that kind of works with this one. So you do dash, dash, delay, dash. Okay. Once you have these all set up, the last thing you need to do is have the playback method to be set to repeat randomly. I do this, so I have everything set to 1 like this, because basically 1 is on, 0 is off, right? I described this in an earlier video. But for a couple of these, like for example, like the dash ID cross-up, I actually set a little higher sometimes. And the dash jab should be set a little higher too. This actually doesn't need to be set that high, but the dash jab needs to be set higher than everything else for this specific bot. Okay. So let's talk about the methodology a little bit before I actually like show how it looks in practice. So this is specifically for practicing against minus frame Dragon Rush. So if you think about the whole Dragon Rush theory, I've talked about defending Dragon Rush in a kind of general low to mid-level way, because you know a lot of people who start this game or don't play the game super seriously have problems against Dragon Rush. But of course, Dragon Rush affects every skill level of the game. So once you get a little bit more advanced, you'll start to notice that people pretty much only use Dragon Rush 2 ways. They'll either do it from an advantage situation like this. Advantage being, of course, the assist is like plus 30 or whatever, and you Dragon Rush them. Or they do it from a disadvantage situation. So by disadvantage, I mean, like take this move, right? So this move is minus 3, so I don't have frame advantage. I'm safe, like it can't punish me, but I don't have frame advantage. But we very commonly see people do this. So this is to help defend against that type of Dragon Rush. The theory here is like, this move is minus 3, Dragon Rush is about 19 frames. You can't be in block stun when you do a Dragon Rush, so there's actually a pretty big gap here. But the reason why these disadvantage frame Dragon Rush works, because all they have to do is delay a little bit or add another move. So if you use like normal ways of defending Dragon Rush, or you don't have specific ways of defending Dragon Rush in different situations, then you will find yourself getting hit a lot randomly. I use randomly because there's spots where you technically shouldn't be getting hit. Because the game's cancel window is so big, you're scared to press buttons, but because you're scared to press buttons, you can get Dragon Rush from their disadvantage state, which is not good. So this bot is made specifically for you to practice against that. I practice against this bot, actually a bot harder than this, which I'll share later. But I started with this bot, and I practiced legit like an hour a day or so, and I noticed changes pretty much immediately. So let's actually have Android 21 bot go. Okay. So I didn't actually set it up like super good, but it's okay. Okay. Now the last thing I want to mention about actually practicing with this bot is you don't want to tech with Dragon Rush, and you want to try to not option select. You want to try to only tech with jab. One, because some people don't have the timings down that well, and two, because that means you're really reacting to it if it comes up. I usually like resetting, as you already saw. When I get Dragon Rushed, I usually just reset and start over. So this will train you to only really try to see Dragon Rush, and I think it helps defense because it just makes you more comfortable when you're blocking strings. I say as I've gotten Dragon Rush 100% of the time. Of course, I'm not going to do this for an hour in this video. I'll do like a couple more playthroughs. There we go. There we go. You can use this bot to become a bot yourself. Ooh, it almost got me. Now because it's on repeat playback, it will just keep going and going and going and going. Like I said, the way I recorded it this time is not like super slick and put together, because I haven't used this bot for a while, but when you record it, she'll be moving a lot faster and doing more stuff. Will you Dragon Rush me one time, Miss 21 bot? Will you? Oh, I got smoked. Okay. Now, more on like a little bit more about like the theory of this. So, the reason why you want to tech with a button as opposed to Dragon Rush is specifically because you really want to try to react to the Dragon Rush, and in the actual live situation, if you get good at this, when they like overextend a little bit, like when they do like this, you'll jab them instead of doing Dragon Rush or something that'll get you hit. In actual matches, you want to cycle your defensive options here. Like, you want to use backstep, you want to jump out, you want to... Some people tech with super dash, you want to use different types of techs and stuff. But having a good fundamental base is really helpful and will make you feel better. The other thing, too, if you do it for, like, 30 minutes to an hour or so a day, because personally, of course, like, I grind this game really hard, right? So I do it about an hour a day. An hour is more than enough time to practice this, because if you think about it, each one of these situations, what you'll start seeing is each one of these situations is a Dragon Rush opportunity. So in an hour, Android 21 will try to Dragon Rush you about like 600 times. That's a lot of times. You'll get really used to seeing the situation. In matches, it might not come up that much per game. It might come up a couple of times per game, and when you get Dragon Rush successfully, you might take a ton of damage, so it won't come up that much. But when you have the bot, and the bot doesn't combo you, right? You just start over when you get thrown. Each one of these dashes become a Dragon Rush opportunity, and hopefully the way your brain works once you start seeing it is like, when you dash, you just check to see if Dragon Rush is coming, then you check to see if the overhead's coming, then you check to see if the cross-up's coming, and if none of it comes, then you're just cool. And hopefully after a couple of days, you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Probably in a couple of weeks, I'll post the advanced bot. But if you watch my stream, you've already seen it. But I'll post it here too in like a couple of weeks to a month or so. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.